making sure Ling Eza doesn't get his comfort heroes. This time, what is he going to play? Because if you think about it, what else has he played?
I think as of right now, RSGMY, depending on what they pick, is going to predetermine what Anip is going to select. He can go for a Clint to get an absolutely free lane against Loliels without the outside world to help him. He can play Beatrix or Clint, but we see the Matilda. Okay, so now that we see the Matilda here, this does change a little bit for the Homeboys. If they go for Beatrix, it's very doable, especially since you have ways to cancel out the Feathered Airstrike, but I think Clint might actually be the play here for the side of the Homeboys.
Yeah, that's going to be his comfort for sure. But I'm a little bit surprised by the Matilda pickup. I was expecting maybe another Ruby game for Lexia, considering that it is a comfort hero for him, right? We've seen him play a lot of Ruby. We've seen a couple of Akai here and there. Matilda is something that he's played as well. Angela completely ignored throughout the entire regular season. I think it's only his debut he brought whatever one Angela game. But Homeboys now forced to play the Lancelot up on Chibi. Ooh. I like it. I like it because it's a denial pickup. We've seen how Matilda and Lancelot matchups look like. It's really, really hard to play. And Homeboys, the response not going to be the Clint. It is going to be the carry instead.
I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. I think the better option would have been Ling and as well as Carry. I think both of those would have been great options for the Homeboys. You have another way to actually cancel, to actually threaten Izanami very early on, especially when he hits level 4. Loliels won't be able to run away as easily. Chibi could be confident on this Lancelot, but he has no means of escape. It's really going to come down to his own mechanics.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a fan of the Lancelot pickup, but I guess the idea from Homeboys is just straight up, you know what? If RGMY decides to play Matilda Lancelot, we're just going to deny it. I guess that's going to be a scenario. I might be wrong, but now, Ling Eza, final pickup here. Is he going to go for something a little bit more tanky? What's it going to be? Is it Alpha? No, it's going to be the Gushin from RGMY.
Yep.
My, oh my, 2 days, 2 Gushin, and RGMY going to bring it up. Can Ling Eza play this? I think this is my first time seeing him play Gushin.
Yeah, this is going to, I mean, I haven't seen Link Eza play Gushin before, but I think it's a really good option. I mean, you have a marksman that's super short range. You can basically kill her without landing the sword spike with 2 Shadow Blade slaughters. You're giving a useless ult to bang. You can basically one-shot the Grok like it was in Season 2. There's so many things going well for RSGMY. Props to Kuja. The man's a mad lad.
Yeah, man. He's been doing a lot of his homework. But can the players execute? That's going to be my question, because this is going to be the debut match of this Gushin by Ling Eza from the side of RSGMY. But for Homeboys, this is going to be for them fighting for their lives. Can they stick around to continue their journey here for MPMY? Potentially the final game, or will they hold on to game number 3? Ladies and gentlemen, stick around to find out, as this is going to be game number 2 for RSGMY versus Homeboys.
Let's jump right into it. Homeboys on the blue side with RSGMY on the red. Still on the same sides. Nothing has changed, but it's going to get really scary very quickly here. Mid lane is going to be so very important. Oh, so Zakis is going to be on the chill, and Grok is going to be up in EXP lane.
I was expecting maybe a little bit of a different approach, but Zakis going for a little bit more damage, manages to scare off Izanami. No trade-offs whatsoever, but Homeboys feeling a little bit more comfortable. But what are your thoughts on this matchup? It seems like Serpat is just getting free, I would say, a little bit of value for Iris instead, but Serpat is going to struggle on this XP lane, do you think?
I think they want to make sure that Cho has a lot more impact. I feel like Serpat is if Grok was going to be in the support, the most value you would get out of it is a quick push in the mid lane. But they don't want that. They want to have some kill threat in the mid lane early on pre-level 4.
Yeah, look at this. Iris is getting so much value on this average, knowing that Grok is going to be going in, and it's so very difficult. Chibi has a purple buff. They need to try and make something work across the map, and I don't think RGMI will try to pull the same thing that they brought in from game number 1. It's a little bit risky and harder to pull off now. But it might happen. I want to see whether or not that's going to be the case, because on the top side, Iris is completely dumpstering Serpat as of yet.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. As long as he doesn't get a kill, Serpat technically is winning the lane. He is pushing a lot faster in comparison to Iris. He is making sure that he is keeping Iris in check. They're even sending the mid lane over to deny the proxy. Very nice play coming out for the side of Homeboys to make sure that they stay even.
Yeah, that's actually very smart as well. I was expecting Iris to actually try and re-engage that fight. But it seems like RSGMY, they want to secure the purple buff instead. Chibi, he gets his purple buff, he still has it for now. They are going to focus on the turtle, but where's the rest of the team? RSGMY finally joining the party. They are going to force the fight with War Charge. They do catch off one of the members, but he somehow manages to escape. And now, Chibi, he manages to get out of there scot-free. Lexia pulling in his members to finish off Serpat, as RSGMY will trade 1-for-1 while the back lines is Nami getting one against Zakus, even with the flicker, and Homebois wins that fight 3-1.
Beautifully played by the Homebois. Honest to God, that was so very smart coming out from the Homebois. And you have to give props to Chibi and his confidence on this hero. Ana may be taking a bad trade, but it doesn't really matter. They got 3 kills out of that one engagement alone, while only trading Supan, who still is going to continue to sandbag Iris up in the top side.
That was a sick play coming from him, because RGMY, they made the necessary plays. They managed to catch off Chibi to the last moment, but the taunt rose at the last second to get out into safety. That was a pretty big clutch coming from Chibi. Well done indeed. But now, with this momentum coming in, Zakus looking for the plays. Okay, not too sure what he was trying to achieve. He's hoping to get a couple kicks coming in. Lexia gonna be zoning him out, but it seems like Homebois feels a little bit more comfortable compared to game number 1.
I think Homebois, they're in a good position right now, but it doesn't mean they're completely out of the water. Zakus looking for a play here.
Ooh, he almost got the kick. He tried to go for the angle, but Lexia catches him off guard with the circling eagle. So unfortunate for him. Great clutch coming from Lexia. Oh, Asa looking for the run. Here comes the Phantom Execution. They can look to re-engage, but doesn't seem to want to take the risk considering how mobile Chibi is. They just don't have the tools to do so yet. So Homebois gonna continue with a little bit more journey, opening up the map on the bottom side. Bang, now having the feathered airstrike, he can use the zone in out against RSGMY.
Honestly, that was an ego check coming in from Chibi. Like, if he continued to go on it, he could have absolutely secured the kill onto Link Asa at the end of the day, but sees 2 people, decides, no, not a good decision, let's back up here, we'll find another opportunity.
Yep, Turtle gonna be on the bottom side. Seems like Homebois is gonna try and bait this out. Zakus looking for the game. He gets the catch. They go in for the feather axe, right? They want to go in for the finish. Izanami tries to escape with Lexia. Unfortunately, will be taken down by Chibi. But Homebois, they did do disengage. They're overcommitting. The wall charge coming from someone to try and slow down the back lines. Iris survives the front, but eventually they will catch off Serpat. So mistakes were made. Double kill for Ling Asa, and Homebois will say, you know what? We just lost our side lane. Let's back out. Let's just give away the turtle.
Yeah, they had their one big...
Oh no, Leos! Oh, one auto attack. Oh no! Do they get it? Yes, he will. Bang clutches it, and RSGMY not too happy about this. They will get the trade. And now it's gonna be a 2v1 fight. Zakus tries to get a little bit funny. Unfortunately, doesn't have the retribution to challenge the turtle.
Yeah, I don't know. That was... It felt a little desperate for the side of the Homebois. They didn't need to do that. They didn't need to take any more than they should. They should have left it at just that. The fact is, Zakus committed his flicker, so he won't be able to make a play in the next 100 seconds. And the same goes for Supat as well. Missing that wild charge costed them an entire fight. However, in terms of tempo, they're able to actually take back a bit of gold on the top side, tier 1. They might be able to make a play on the bottom side, but we'll have to see, because so far, Lolios as well as Iris bothered to do a lane swap.
Yeah, it's something that I think Homebois kind of messed up as well in terms of follow-up. The wall tower was okay. There was just no follow-up, and the Purify from Izanami just kind of threw off their position a little bit more to my taste. But on the contrast here, let's take a look at the items real quick, especially for Anim. He's farming pretty efficient as well. He's got the Windtalker, and he's actually potentially going for the Demon Hunter sword very, very quickly to actually quickly chunk down Iris later on. So that's going to be a very, very important component for him. Meanwhile, middle lane, a little bit of a check coming from Chibi, opening up the map, but it seems like tier 2s is going to be the way to go for Homebois.
Yep. They're going to be able to get this tier 2 no problem, but the trade is happening on the same side, on the opposite side of the map. RSGMY, they're just mirroring them.
Yeah, Serpat forced to completely concede top lane pressure as Homebois is actually looking to go for tier 3. They need to force rotations. They're a little bit quicker compared to RSGMY. They might lose this. Zakus going for the way of the dragon, try and zone out Iris. The Terrify comes in. He does have the damage, and they will trade the inhibitor. RSGMY, they completely lose inhibitor. But now, can they trade a little bit more? Serpat clears the minion wave before they can get the middle turret. Oh my goodness, RSGMY just completely lost all trades, and even in the purple buff now on their side of the map.
Oh my goodness, really nice call coming in from the Homeboys here. RSG MY, they started to hesitate once they started walking up towards the inhibitor. They saw Homeboys were getting a little too far and they realized they actually couldn't keep up with the tempo. A bit slow on that call and it costed them an extra turret. But now, with the turtle still up, it's so early to lose this inhibitor and lose that side lane pressure.
Yep, Izanami gonna be checked in from the side of Serpat. They are gonna focus on the turtle. Lexia force the conceal play. Feather Airstrike comes in. Chibi secures the turtle. Ling Aza gonna be forced to back out, but they will lose Zakas. Chibi also gonna be caught out in opposition as Loleo slowly mows him down from afar with the heavy crossbows, and Arnim is gonna be the next to fall potentially. Bang comes in to save. The Terrify comes in. Bang, does he continue? No, he doesn't want to risk it, as RSGMI will be able to trade 2 for 2.
Oh, it's not looking good. It really isn't looking good for RSG anymore. Even though they were able to get a 2-for-1 trade, the positions on the map is so completely lopsided. Homeboys were able to start pushing them backwards, but this upcoming Lord is going to be a make it or break it for both of these sides to actually break even.
Oh, such a difficult game for RGMY, but Homeboys, they're hanging on for their dear lives. Leo's now Rio face checking down to the middle lane. Bang does have the damage to do so. He doesn't have the ultimate yet. He needs to steal one. And who's it going to be? Is it going to be the wall charge once again? Or is he going to go for the falling star moon? But in this case, the bigger objective is going to be Izanami. So he needs to be very careful of his positioning. You can see how far back Izanami is hiding off so that Bang does not steal it away.
Especially when you have Silpot playing damage Grok. Again, you're going to lose 50% of your HP if you get connected by that wild charge against the wall. So I think they have to play this a little bit more smart, right? Chibi, he's been getting away with a little too much here.
Oh no, Zakas is a little bit caught off guard, out of position, gets focused down, and RG, they want to continue. But it seems like they can, as Izanami will drop the Feathered Airstrike. So a big ultimate being expended as Homeboys. They will lose out a little bit more map control, but as of yet, this is the stage of the game where mid tempo is going to be in RGMY's favor. And Iris, look at him, he's level 10. He's able to match support in terms of wave clear now. But Homeboys, they realize he's the threat. They are going to try and focus him down. Wall charge misses the mark. Here comes the wall, but Iris, he will survive, and he's looking to try and punish. And Homeboys immediately turns their tail and back out. Bang, going to be caught in an awkward situation, but Homeboys is quick to respond. But RG, they don't want to take the risk.
Yep, Homeboys have free reign, but here we go.
Oh no, the kick comes in, they catch Ling Aza, and he immediately gets focused down. The big Feather Airstrike coming from Izanami, not going to be able to keep him alive. Zakas runs for his dear life, Lolios mows him down, but Homeboys, they still prevail. 1-for-1 trade, no jungler avail as Homeboys in prime position to contest the Lord.
And RSG respond instantly by taking positions around the Lord area. They want to make sure that they buy just enough time because the death timers are very, very short, 9 minutes into the game. The problem is that they always have to send Iris down to the bottom side because of their missing inhibitor. This is putting them so far behind in terms of position.
Oh, Feathered Airstrike being expended to actually clear the minion wave. So RGMY, they forced to concede control. Homeboy is going to be starting things out with the Lord. And the rest of the team are ready. RGMY also going to be looking to perform as well. Serpat trying his best to zone him out, but he misses the wall charge, instantly gets one shot by Ling Aza. Chibi will secure the Lord and look to finish the fight as Homeboys is now forced to back out. RSGM are throwing bodies at them as well. Can they retreat? It seems like they cannot. Ling Aza will get another one. Chibi is still going to be alive, but the damage has been done. They trade 2 for 2, but unfortunately, that's going to be a little bit more as Zakas get caught out on the top side.
They're up 3 for 2. They're even committing to try and take away this purple buff, but Link Aza gets it regardless. They've got the Lord, but at what cost here? RSG MY will now start taking control once again, evening up this score. This 1.5k lead is so very little.
Yeah, it's just so difficult as well. It could be anyone's game as of yet. But RGMY, they got a little bit of win, and you talked about how quickly he can burst down the Grok. Serpat just completely got demolished after one mistake. But for now, they are still hanging on. The Lord's going to be pushing from the bottom side. RG, they do have the damage to actually clear this off unless they want to force a fight. Serpat doesn't have Flicker yet. He's got about 10 seconds left. He wants to try and set up with the Lord. Unfortunately, the damage is a little bit too much to handle. Iris gonna get kicked out. Zakas is gonna be forced to back out immediately. Conceal place is not gonna be enough. They tried to kite down Iris, but Homeboy said that's not the right target to start the fight with.
Nope, not at all. RSGMY losing pressure on all sides of the map right now, and Homeboy's taking full advantage of the situation here. All this because they are missing an inhibitor, and they always have to start a fight 4v5. It just never really changes for them, all because of one significant play.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Looping up as 5. Lexia gonna be face checking their brush. Better after preemptively as well. But fortunately for Homeboys, it didn't exactly take too much damage, so they still have the advantage to try and pressure the play as Homeboys. Do they have to conceal? Zakus checking here and there, but it seems like they're just, you know, dancing around, going for a couple of Tai Chi here or out there. But aside from that, it's all about dodging and making the right catch.
Yeah, as of yet, Iris, he's probably scaled. If he goes against anybody except for Anip, he basically gets to live forever. Anip is the only person who really threatens his life. So Izanami wants to use that Feather Airstrike specifically for him, but it's tough when Homeboys have multiple ways of actually denying him that Feathered Airstrike.
Yep, Falling Star Moon being held on as well to try and apply pressure from Homeboys. No threatening Homeboys, but it was just making sure that they secured the purple buff. Now, let's take a look at the items real quick as well. We do see, like you said as well, Grok full damage, going for potentially another Blade of Despair, maybe even a Malefic Roar if he wants to, if he decides to go for it. But Anip now has an Athena Shield and also a Steel Lake, and it seems like he needs a little bit more damage item if he wants to try and chunk down Iris as quickly as he can.
I mean, if he has his ultimate, he should do that no problem. I mean, he's got true damage. That's totally fine. My biggest concern right now is how exactly Chibi is going to play, because now with the flexibility of Link Eza on this Gushin, he can make something happen. Just needs them to show their face.
Yep. This Lord is going to be coming in. Iris is going to be diving the back lines as well. Bang completely zoned out, and the rest of Homeboys is forced to defend this. They get Iris, but do they get the Lord? Yes, they do not, as Chibi will steal it away from RGMY. Now they have to make a run for it. They made the wrong play. Double kill for Anip, and Homeboys will say, hey, it's not over for Homeboys. A big Feather Airstrike coming from Bang will take down Izanami, and RSGMY will drop the ball, and they will lose another Lord.
Got to give credit where credit is due. Chibi is still one of the best junglers here in Malaysia for a reason. Steals away a Lord that was supposed to be RCMY's. They sacrificed Iris for it, and now they're going to lose another inhibitor turret for it.
Oh my goodness, Homeboys looking to close out this game and hopefully come back in game number 3. But will RGBMY be able to defend? Because as of now, Ling Eza has lost 2 Retribution battle against Chibi for this Lord fight, and now Chibi taking full control of how he was oppressed from game 1. This time, he's looking to win this series. Can they do it? RGMI, how will they respond? They're calling the entire team. Better Airstrike to zone out the back lines while they mow down the Lord. But Chibi diving the back lines against Izanami, but they will punish him immediately with the help of the Lord, the turret. But the Lord chunking on the crystal, while Lolios is zoning the complete back lines of Homeboys, and Homeboy says, we are gonna back out. We've lost Chibi too quickly.
Okay, they're still in it to win it. RSGMY still have hope. With 94 seconds left on the clock, their only disadvantages are the fact that they have mid lane and bottom lane just consistently pushing into them. The timings are going to be very slim, but if they want any hope, they have to take away the initiation tools. Number 1, they need to make sure that support is gone. Same goes for Zakus. If they can punish the initiation tools from the Homeboys, they've got a dang good chance.
Ooh, that was a very risky block. Feather Airstrike to respond as well. As Homeboys, they want to try and hold on to this tier 1. Unfortunately, it is not going to hold. It's 15 minutes into the game. As RGMY getting a little bit angsty with the plays, but Homeboys as well. It seems like it's going to be the downtime from both sides. 50 seconds on the sidelines for the Lord before the next engagement. So it's all about building up this next power spike, and Lolios with the Malefic Roar and Holy Crystal up on Ling Eza.
Yep, and now as they try to control the bottom side of the map, Homeboys take advantage of that top side, knowing that this is going to be the important side because they always have to show their face to clear off mid as well as bottom. If they're able to get a pick off here, and more importantly, if they can shut down Izanami early on before he gets his damage with a Feather Airstrike, they've got a really good chance to end this game.
Yep, bottom side as well. We can see Iris going to be trying to take him out, try and hopefully get a tier 2. Homeboys not responding yet, as seems like they're setting up for the top lane. They really want to steal the inhibitor before this Lord. And fortunately for them, they can do so because the Lord is going to be spawning on the top side instead. So RHEMY, they have to make a play. Do they go for the Lord or do they try and cut the bottom lane? Iris tries to cut and proxy both sides away but misses the timing. Chibi will clear him off. It seems like RGMI, they're conceding Lord control as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point trying to contest it right now. They've got no pushing lanes as of yet. They can't really take the fight as early as they would like to, and Chibi has first move, but they can look to try and contest.
Well, it's now or never. Homebois is going to be stopping them off again, and Chibi gets the Lord once again. Ling A's are getting completely controlled by Zakas in the back lines. No steal potential, but Lolios will be picking off both Serpat as well as the Bang, and they want to go for more. Zakas clutches it with Ling Aza. Can they get a little bit more? Yes, they will. They get another one. They get 4 for nothing, but they lose the Lord. But it seems like RGMY, they have minions. They want to try and go for the GG push, but the minions are pushed out, and Homebois, they will be able to buy a little bit more time. 20 seconds on the sidelines for the players, but RGMY, they need to go back. The Lord is pushing in. RGMY, how? The Lord is coming in. They're sending in Ling Aza to defend, but can they respond? Because Homebois is going to be back up in 9 seconds left. Hold this thought for now. Anip is still alive. He's got the immortalities. RGMI, they're focusing on the tier 3 on the bottom side. Looks like they want to go for the GG push. Can they do it? They're throwing bodies and Anip. They cannot. They're buying so much time. They need to retreat. And RGMI, they're completely backing out of the fight. Homebois bought enough time for the re-engagement.
Oh, that was so scary. That was so very scary there. They managed to get everything that they were looking for. However, RSG had to sacrifice one more inhibitor turret to ensure that this worked out. They were able to buy back an inhibitor turret of their own for the side of RSG, but Homebois, they don't mind it. The game hasn't ended. It was a scary moment of time, but it's not going to happen again.
Oh, that is so scary from both sides, but it could have gone either ways. A little bit of small victory from RGMY, but if they got that Lord clutch earlier in this match, they could have just went for the GG push. Unfortunately, that was a nice attempt, but it's full resets coming from both sides, especially for Anip as well, considering he just wasted his immortality to try and set things up, and because of that, they were able to hold on. But now, with about 80 seconds on the sidelines for the immortality, they need to buy time for this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to buy time exactly. We're seeing a Sea Halberd being purchased by Anip. He needs to make sure that, again, Iris doesn't heal up as much as he did in that fight. He was really struggling, especially since his ultimate timed out and he didn't have enough true damage to actually cut through his entire shield. So now the question becomes, will RSGMY play the fight slow and let Serpat and Zakas look for these big catches and then look to re-engage afterwards, or are they just going to take out initiation tools?
This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. Immortality purchase up on Bang as well. Likewise coming from Iris. It's all about those cooldowns as of yet. But as of now, RG looking for the setups again. But considering how the wave control is actually favoring Homebois, they have all the time in the world. And RGMY, they understand that if they need to make a play, they have to play the moment the waves are pretty much shoved out. And Homebois, all they gotta do is just dodge completely. As long as the waves is in their favor, they can choose their fights then and there.
Yep, bottom side, they're looking for the catch and they found it.
Oh, Iris is going to be chunked down. There's going to be immortality chunked down, but does he have the sustain? Yes, he does. But does he die? Yes, he does as well. So that's going to be a big catch coming from Homebois, but they will be able to trade off Serpat on the sides. And XP for an XP. But RGMY says we do not want to continue because the minions are still shoved in towards their base. They're calling in Ling Aza to clear off the minions. They are going to be late towards the Lord Pit. However, RGMY looks like they want to try and force this play. Homebois, all they gotta do is just stall time. All they gotta do is just stall for time, and that's how they win this game. But it seems like Homebois is just waiting. They know this Lord is gonna take a very long time to clear off.
Yeah, and they're running out of time here. The waves are slowly pushing in, and Homebois positioning and posturing like they want to go and take it themselves. And now this forces RSG to pull back, and this way, Homebois can actually slow things down.
Yeah, 50% health, and it seems like they are going to try and make the stuffle as well. Loleo's going to be zoning off Zakas on the side, but late RGMY, they have to back out down to his 50 health. Do they get the trade out? No, they do not. Chibi steals the Lord again. Bang, however, needs to back off as well. He's got the Valentina, he's got the damage. He takes down the Goshen. He's got a double kill with the immortality. He needs to back out. Iris will try to clean out the back lines, though Liu's still alive. So the biggest threat from RGMY still prevails, while Iris completely trying to proxy in the wave to try and buy time for the team, but he will have to pay for his life, maybe? Or he doesn't, because he's got the sustain, and he will live to tell the tale. Anip completely ignoring him, but RSG have to defend this 3v5. Looks like we might see a full game 3. Anip still gonna be clearing off the minutes as quickly as they can. Do they focus on the crystal? Yes, they do. They chunk down the crystal, and they drag it on to game number 3. Homebois' life still prevails.
Woo! They bring it up to 1-1. It's a full game here. Both sides refusing to drop out of the tournament in playoffs.
It's not over yet. Oh, you can see the tears on Homebois, the joy of excitement that their lives are still